Hello, 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 good people. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. Um, when you come in, please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video out. I don't know who come on and they just get back off. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Besides the fact that I was supposed to be at a gala and it got too late, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go. And somebody there just told me it didn't start till they got there at 7:20 and they hadn't started. It was from 5:30 to 9.
Oh wow. Why is it running behind?
I did not ask no questions. I'm here with you, so
Okay.
I'm not there. Don't need to ask no questions about it.
Hmm. That's
I,
true.
I wanted to keep it real with Keita.
Okay. Yeah. It's been a long day. I had to take care of some business earlier. Working on some things, trying to get me my own business going. So I ain't gonna speak about it yet. I'm just gonna wait till it
Just let it
till.
materialize.
Hmm.
I've had to start doing that myself because you got to act on it and let people see it. You talk about it,
You,
ain't gonna happen.
you do, you really do. So that's my plan. I'm gonna just let it come to light, then I'll bring it out. I'll bring it out then.
Hmm.
So
But yeah, I had a good day too. Work was wonderful. Like I said, got off. I picked up these two suits from my mom's house that she had ordered for me, and
hmm.
the size I gave her was my size, but what she ordered don't fit me, pants or jacket. So now I got to get them altered. But they said this black and blue suit, just some. And came home, ate good, and took my time. Shaved my little head,
Hmm.
got my
But
little.
you was about ready to go to that gala, so I'm quite sure you was getting prepared for it.
I do a little something. A little something.
Hmm.
Clean up a little smell good on and whatnot. But yeah, it was. I like going to galas and stuff like that. I went to them growing up, so
Okay. Yep, I'm gonna have to check out one day. One day.
I mean, everybody needs to, in my opinion, go dress up nice and go to events like that. I think that's
Hmm.
something that even our culture lost, like dressing up nice and presenting yourself a certain way, carrying yourself a certain way, whether
Yeah.
it's an award ceremony or whether it's just a night out or something. People really don't do that anymore.
Right. It's true. They don't. Not a lot of them anyway. You see more of the younger crowd. They do, but a lot of the older ones they really don't
No, they
do stuff
don't.
like that no more.
I think it's sad for the older ones that don't do it.
Right.
I
That's true.
mean, when you dress nice, it makes you feel better. It makes you.
Hmm.
I think it makes everybody. I think when people dress nice, one for men, I think it makes them feel like the debonair, distinguished gentleman that they was probably raised to be by their mothers and grandmothers. And
Hmm.
women, I think that it brings out more of their self confidence and make them feel sexy in a ladylike manner. And I think subconsciously it makes them want to be that submissive woman on his arm
Hmm.
feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you watching any movie or TV show, when a woman's at a night out at a situation with the man and got that bad dress on, she's that image of what men want and what women say they are.
Yeah.
But it's that environment in that outfit and that energy between the two people that make that happen, in my opinion.
That's true. That is true. I love to see everybody step out in their nice clothes. You know,
It's
the
good to
last
be.
time I did it was when my son got married, so I feel you on that. So
But see, married weddings and stuff like that are different. Like
I mean, you
those are
still had to. Well, I had to dress up. You know, I was the mother of the mother of the groom.
right.
So
And then it's normally it's matching dresses and you know what I mean. It's not like even if you go to an all black affair,
yeah,
women gonna have on different black dresses. even though they all black. They're gonna be, and every woman's energy is gonna be different. When they're wedding, every woman's looking the same. I'm not saying the energy ain't the same, but
yeah,
you look up here, everybody got on all this dress. All the men got on all that suit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what it looks like. The feeling of that vibe of what we're talking about is not there because it's a wedding. It's like we're just there to celebrate this couple and look good for them.
Mm-hmm.
In events, you looking good for yourself. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering too, because at 8 o'clock I was basically jumping in the shower because I could have got dressed and still went. But if it ended at 9, they gotta hold it up to be a little longer. They can't crunch everything in an hour. I mean, they giving out awards and everything. They was eating. They had food and everything.
It's probably just running behind. I'm not gonna ask, is it the color?
You don't talk about what event it was, what it was. I'll just say it was a Far East Side Collective. That's all I'm saying. It was black folk behind it.
That's what I was about to say.
They on black people time, I guess. I don't know.
That's true. That is true. So that's why I was gonna ask, because we move on our own beat time, whatever. So it really don't even matter.
I'm the worst at it. I hate it. I hate it, but I've tried to change at times, but I'm so late to stuff all the time. It's pitiful. I'm known for it. I'm known for being late. Like, people know I'm gonna show up.
Me too.
You say you too?
Me too. Even when I try to be on time, I'm still running late. So.
And then be mad that I'm rushing.
Mm-hmm.
Be mad that I'm rushing. Don't care to even be on time. Be like, I'm gonna get there when I get there on my time. Man, I'm rushing. My cousins have a fish fry every year, and every year, and I'm talking about this probably started 2, 3 in the afternoon. I don't get there till 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I don't be that late. I don't try to be extra late, but I do be late.
Well, at that one event, I'm known for that. Like, everybody knows I'm gonna pop up. I'm gonna have either 2 bottles or 1 bottle for show. Because usually I bring 1 for the party, 1 for me. And everybody at that party knows that I come. They know I'm gonna be there about 9, 10 o'clock, 11 at the latest. They know, and then when everybody already liquored up and dancing, they dancing anyway, but everybody really having a good time. And here I come in.
Yeah.
Turning everything up even more. It's funny.
That's true. So everyone, I am tired today. I'm sorry. I know, Miss Love, you ain't got to sit up and call me out.
Oh, Miss Love is back. Hey, Miss Love.
Yeah, she back. I know I am. I am tired, y'all, today. So if y'all don't see me actually talking that much today, I am super tired. This week has just been draining me. And I got my grandbaby again, so I'm tired. She said, "Hey, y'all." So anyway, if y'all did not check it out, we got some topics we're just gonna talk about. In Mississippi, they had a truck was traveling with monkeys, and the truck flipped over. It destroyed half. It said all but one, but then I found out today it was 3 monkeys on the loose that are carrying diseases. So,
see, that's not what I got. I got that the truck flipped over, and it was like 9 monkeys, and they shot 9 of them, and 3 got away.
Yeah, see, it didn't say that yesterday. It was like it was the truck flipped over, it was destroyed, all but 1 got away. And I was like, okay. Then today they said 3 monkeys is still on the loose. And I was like, 3? I thought you said all of them died. They don't know. That they make up stuff, but we're going to be talking about that. We're going to talk about the government and how the government experiment on Americans versus hospitals. And then also we're going to go on and talk about the verses. I know all Americans seen the verses but me. All Americans seen it but me. I didn't really get to watch it, but I know Mr. Ralph He did, so he could like fill us in a little bit, but we could talk about it because I know who they all are. So we're gonna talk about it a little bit. So if y'all come in, please hit that like button, y'all. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and make sure you share the video out. So we're gonna go on to talk about the monkeys first. I talked about it yesterday. I think I just went on there. I did like a live when I was doing a cooking video, and I just brought it up, just talking about some news or whatever. But I most definitely didn't um like get into detail about it. So, like I said, the monkeys were that were traveling had herpes, hepatitis, COVID. What else did it have?
I thought they said AIDS, but I could be wrong.
It could be. I don't know. That I just heard them three so far. It could have been eight. So clearly they was experimenting on these monkeys that were traveling. Um, I don't feel like this is a coincidence. I really, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I
Hmm.
always look more into it. I don't think.
We don't say that word.
Okay,
Theorist.
okay,
Conspiracy realist.
conspiracy theorists. You heard them. So, my thing is, I don't know if he got sidetracked, it flipped over. I don't know what happened. I really don't know. What news you got, Mr. Island? What news did you find out about it?
Like I said, it was a crash down there in Mississippi. Everything like he said with the same diseases. And they told the town folk be on the aware, don't let no animals in your house. All that. I'm like, that's common sense, but it's Mississippi, so who knows? They might kill the thing and try to eat it, barbecue it or something. But my thing is like you saying, like, this ain't no coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we done have movies talking with the same script,
Yeah.
and why y'all inject? Why? My first thought was, we already know these diseases. Why y'all injecting these monkeys with these diseases if y'all not either trying to create another weapon, including all this, a new virus put out here, or something? Because there's no reason to be doing it other than that because we already have those diseases. You're putting known diseases, which some of them got cures and some don't,
Right.
into something. Because if you're experimenting on a monkey or something, that's something close to a human, just like a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your end goal? Your end goal is either to create a weapon, like America does, or something for it's something to do with control.
Yeah.
Something to do with control. It's America. So in the end, the monkeys came from a university. I forget what university, and they spoke out and said that they were doing it. Another company was paying them to do the experiments, and so we already know that's like Tuskegee, which most
Yeah.
of them don't want to talk about.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. So we know it was a purpose. They had a goal behind the purpose of infecting these monkeys with all this stuff, and now they all of a sudden is free.
Yeah.
That's just continuing the experiment in my eyes.
Yeah. Now, did he make it? Welcome in, Stacy.
To my knowledge, you know what? I got a guess on this one because I can't remember. Because I just read it. It happened 2 days ago.
Yesterday, I think it was yesterday when I
It was
seen it.
yesterday. It might have been yesterday. So when I first seen it, of course, I was all into it. I want to believe the driver didn't make it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of fishy my dang on self. Because the first thing I said was if he didn't make it, most truck drivers who get in crashes, they hit walls and stuff. That's how they die. But this didn't hit no wall. So I'm thinking if he didn't make it, they ain't saying, shoot, I was telling my sister, I bet you the monkeys, because they was traumatized, knowing humans were experimenting on them. When they broke out and that driver got out, they jumped on his butt. That was
Yeah.
their first victim.
Yeah.
That's just logical thinking to me. Like, you got
Mm-hmm.
monkeys who've been getting tortured. They see the same thing that's been torturing them. They jumped on it, panicking, just got in an accident, all that,
Mm-hmm.
and then they ran for it.
Yeah.
And then
But the type of truck that it was on, and I'm like, clearly it seemed like he had some of the monkeys on the inside of the car with him because I'm like, you got all them monkeys on the back of a truck that looked like that. It don't even look like it was big enough to carry all that.
interesting. You're right. I don't, it's just too much fishiness and
Thank you
don't
for coming in. I know we are kind of late tonight. I'm sorry about that.
Planet of the Apes. But yeah, it's too coincidental. It's too movie like you said, the truck didn't seem right. And my thing is, I've loaded trucks, I worked in warehouses, all kind of stuff. They got stuff to strap them down and everything. From the pictures I seen, it didn't look like no hole was busted out the side of the truck. So even if the back doors flew open, why wouldn't they strap down with straps where the cages couldn't move?
Right.
It's just too much fishy stuff to make me not believe this wasn't planned.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm most definitely thinking. And then, like you said, why travel with monkeys like that? You supposed to be trying to work on a cure, but why y'all still injecting these monkeys with these viruses? Is what's trying to get me. So I'm like, are they trying to come up with a whole nother outbreak?
We seen the movie.
Yeah,
We seen the movie.
yeah, most definitely.
I mean, we talking about monkeys, like, and the thing is, they were like this. If they injected them when they were still alive, they was keeping them alive. So that means they got a cure for whatever they was trying to figure out. And that's probably what they was doing. But they don't know if it's probably good for humans to take. So here's the way to experiment on it. Crash, they randomly get out. All of a sudden, somebody finds one of the monkeys, gets scratched, bit, whatever. And now here's another story that might come out in the next couple months saying,
Right.
oh, one monkey, and now they done figured out a cure for it all of a sudden. Like, it's kind of hard to get tests up with the internet. I think it's kind of hard to get people to just volunteer for certain things and be test subjects. So you just got to create a situation.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Well,
maybe
I hope they find it. I mean, because if they on the loose still, ain't no telling what other animals they have attacked or whatever. So I don't know.
that's another thing. They might be putting it out there to see what happens if it jumps on a deer and bites a deer, or a bobcat or mountain lion or something. You know, if a mountain lion eats it, and I mean, you open up Pandora's box and you putting these diseases out there like that, and a monkey, and come on now. And then what if they don't catch the monkey? He's still living in the woods and start populating. That could that could be all this could be because we all know that a scientist thinks about all these different angles about variables, or even not even scientists, the security aspect of that experimentation. The people who are funding it, they gonna think about what if this happens, what if that happens, response time and the radius of how quick the virus can spread. They think about all that stuff. And it's ironic just a few got out.
Right. That's it.
Come on now.
Y'all go from 1 to 3. Like, come on. It might be more than that. We don't know.
You got to count when you make the DOL, the BOL, which I don't know if people know what that is. That's a bill of lading that they have to put in every truck. You know exactly what's on the back of that truck. You know if it's 30 monkeys, they know it's 30 monkeys. How I go from 1 to 3?
Right. Exactly.
You telling me a scene my nephew used to clean up accidents and clean up after storms and stuff. He had a job like that. You telling me after an accident with a bill of lading, y'all didn't know exactly how many got away?
Yeah.
If so many died and you killed so many, that's easy math. If it's 30, you killed 9. There's 21 left. If 20 died, if 15 died on the truck, you can figure out the rest. Simple math. So I go from 1 to 3.
Right. Exactly.
I'm just saying.
It don't make sense. I mean, like you said, and then talking about the government, I most definitely think that they play a big part in all this, all of it. Welcome in. Let me shake up. They said, "What's up, Ralph?"
Oh, somebody, what's happening? Let me shake up. I don't know who that is. They know me though.
They know.
Let me shake up.
They know you.
I know they were shaking up that Cash Money Versus when that was playing. I'm gonna wait till we get to that. Something just crossed my mind. Until we get to that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, just with them affecting Americans, I think they've been doing it for so long, and people just don't even realize that now. And even with the hospitals, like you said, with the hospitals, I think they play a big major part in it as well because it's all a money aspect.
Yeah, we all know Big Foreign. But even back in the day, like a lot of, I don't know how many people, the relations they have with their grandparents and things they've been told. And it's been proven in documentation that back in the day, the hospitals used to cut off parts and kill people on purpose and take organs, and that's stuff they did for decades in America. That's why a lot of older black people will refuse to go to the hospital for anything,
Mm-hmm.
because that's something that was really going on. And even to this day, over time, the powers that be learned how to cover things up and make it legal or whatever, to make it seem like it's not what it is. Even with what's Bill Gates' mama? What she started where everybody go, where it's in black neighborhoods with the abortions and stuff. What are them clinics called?
The Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood. And stuff like that. They just covered up, and like even when you get your license and they actually be an organ donor. A lot of people don't know that if you sign and say you're an organ donor, you get in an accident, and basically it's a choice for them to save your life. You've consented for them to kill you, to let you, well, not kill you, but to let you die to take your organs. That's just stealing organs. That's the legal way to steal organs.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And I did see somewhere, of course, I don't know how true it is. I heard this it was a guy talking on YouTube a while ago, a year ago, whatever. And he said, a lot of people don't know that's the number one crime in the country is organ selling and trafficking and stuff, organ trafficking.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it's a lot of other stuff. It's organ trafficking. And where's the only place you can get organs from that nobody would suspect is a hospital.
That's it.
It's the reason why they take your placenta. Your placenta, you're not even supposed to give birth on your back, let alone, it's the reason why they don't let the placenta go back into the baby like it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
It has information and nutrients and minerals and all these other things.
Yeah.
And you talking about a culture that is known, documented history, that used to cannibalize black people.
Right. Exactly.
And it never did stop. I just shared a video on Facebook the other day of some people eating a human being muscle. They laid it on like it was a bird, and it was on the table, and it looked barbecue, and you could tell it was a human body. And dude said they're gonna block me and take me down. Share this while y'all can. I'm like, I'm looking at this AI. It wasn't AI.
Yeah. Yep. I just seen that. I seen you put that on there, and I was looking at it because I shared
Did it look like a human to you?
It was. You could tell it was a human. That was a human body for sure. And that's why, because I think I commented and told you that's why all these people missing.
Yep, you did.
All these children and everything else, because the black market that nobody talks about. So the black market, they do all that, and even with the organs, and it was even stories where they would even cut you alive to take the organs.
Yep. We know about the story with the black woman from down south where they used her uterus, and her family never got compensated, and they still using her whatever they took. It's not a Rockefeller, but one of them old, rich, powerful men. I forget his name. Y'all can look this up. It is a fact. He was one of the world's richest men, and he was known. They called him an evil man. He looked evil, but he had like 5 or 6 heart transplants.
Mm-hmm.
Now, anybody know anything about transplants in a hospital? You got to be on a list. You got to be a certain health. Now, he had the money, so of course he could bypass it. But where are you getting these hearts from? How you keep getting hearts to try and match? Because you got to think, every heart ain't gonna match his body. I don't care how many tests they do. They got to put it in his body and see if it rejects it or not. So if he had 5 that we know succeeded, how many hearts did he really go through to find out them 5 worked?
Mm-hmm.
Like exactly. This is reality. This is real.
And it's like, what's your whole point of keep getting all these heart transplants?
He ain't want when you rich and powerful like that, he ain't want to let go. Like I hate to admit it, like when you come from a lack of income background, you accept certain things. You accept death is gonna come to you because life for us on a monetary level, we know it's almost a plateau. It's only so far we can get up, whatever. I mean, you're not supposed to think like that, but reality tells you that. With somebody who's worth hundreds of billions or hundreds of millions, billions, 2, 3, 4, 5 billion, they don't want to let that go. Most people like that are sociopaths, psychotics, sociopaths. They don't want to let go of life. They think they're enjoying everything, every aspect of life that they want to enjoy. Who wants to let that go?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to let go of a relationship. They don't want to let go of yachts and planes and land and being powerful.
It says David Rockefeller.
It was a Rockefeller. I thought so. David Rockefeller. Mm-hmm. Y'all look him up. He looks evil. He looks evil.
Yep. They was trying to say, of course, AI and Google, was a myth. No, it wasn't no myth. It's the truth.
That was out. That was out before the government put AI out. And I hope
Mhm.
people understand it. It's a known fact that the government's technology is at least 50 years ahead of what we have. So if we
Right.
got it now, they've been had it. And China's way ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm coming to school.
Okay.
But yeah, so you know, it's some people who want to be sheep and because it's comfortable, but you have to open your mind and realize, some of these things are documented. Some of the things movies have been made about, and they've said true story again, like the Tuskegee Airmen experiment, and that went on for decades. They purposely infected black men who lied and told them that it was a shot for something. I forget what it was, and purposely infected them with was it hepatitis?
Yep.
I think it was
Yep.
hepatitis, yeah.
Mhm.
And watched them for decades and documented what happened. It's a movie about it.
Yeah. It is.
And
Yes.
then it's passed on in their genes to
Mm-hmm.
their family, to their kids. So where we might think mental illness comes from genetics, you don't know if it's because of that experiment that somebody did years ago in the 40s and the 30s and the 50s, and because that disease was in your genes, messed up your genes, and you think it's just because oh, my child's autistic, and I remember my grandmother said one time I shouldn't have drank that wine. That's why your mama, your uncle, the way they is now. As black people, we come up with some silly excuses,
Yeah.
or
We do.
your uncle crazy because I dropped him on his head. No,
Mhm.
we matter of fact, really, black folk go back to crack. We go back to the
Mhm.
80s. These kids are jacked up now because my mama was smoking crack and messed up the genes. And nah,
Yeah.
it happened way before then.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say this real quick. In the 50s, I believe 50s and 40s, the government purposely put cancer-causing agent, fluoride stuff, to
Yeah.
purposely put cancer out in the water to see what
Right.
would happen to the America. And it was just America. It was white and black. Of
Mhm.
course, we probably know that they started in inner cities,
Right.
but it spread it to the world or to America. And
Mhm.
that's in your genes. And that's why they say cancer is what? Genetic.
It's genetic. That's true. That's true. And then they also did I can't remember the black person name. It was a guy where they injected with syphilis. They had them injected with syphilis.
Was
And
that
yeah,
it? Tuskegee was it syphilis or hepatitis?
it was I think
I think it was syphilis.
was it syphilis?
I think it was syphilis in Tuskegee. I think that's why you remember that. I think it's not hepatitis. It was syphilis. Well, I think it was syphilis in Tuskegee. We gotta look that up.
It could have been. I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah, I think it was syphilis. And the crazy part is, it goes back to them wanting to play God because if you think about it, anything in this world that we naturally can get, there's a earthly cure for it. And we don't know, but because of how things were viewed back in past, we don't know if those things were around way back with the Romans and Egyptians. We don't know if they was catching because again, just using your common brain. If condoms didn't, I don't know when condoms really were like real plastic condoms that we use nowadays. I don't know when they came into fruition. I know they had birth protection way back in the Romans, and they used leaves and shit and stuff and all that. But I, does anybody ever thought about was AIDS and herpes and all that around back in the day? Like, wouldn't it been talked about in the Bible? They talked about leprosy, the black plague, which came from I think rats and mice and stuff. But when did herpes and AIDS and syphilis and hepatitis and all that? When did that come around?
Yep, I mean, because AIDS didn't really get big into the 80s too, though. That's like when it first started like coming around, big time. It could have started before then, but in the 80s is when you really started hearing about it more. She said Tuskegee Airmen was injected with syphilis.
That's what I thought, syphilis, yeah. But get back to like you said about the AIDS. That's I think it was really the late 70s and the 80s it popped off because
Mhm.
it was and it was really only talked about really. It started actually because I've seen a documentary about this. It started off, believe it or not, it started off when they were talking about the gays in San Francisco
Yeah.
using poppers and all that, and
Hmm.
and that's why they associated it back in the day, low key, quiet, hush hush, with gay people. But
Hmm.
and then in the 80s when crack was prominent, all of a sudden it's in the inner city from you know drug usage. But again, I asked, I've never seen anything, no movie, no YouTube video, no documentation where if people been having sex for thousands and hundreds of thousands, we've been on this earth hundreds of thousands of years without condoms. Why isn't we never seen anything closely related to them? What we consider when people die of AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been some type of virus or sickness because I mean we know what AIDS is and how it works. So they might have not known it, but at the same time, you're talking about hundreds of thousands of years, and they were experimenting back then. We just now knowing in the 80s that in the late 70s that AIDS is around,
Right.
and it supposedly came from monkeys anyway,
Yeah.
i.e. the truck accident.
Yeah. That's true. Right.
Come on, let's put on our thinking caps.
No, I mean, they try to tell us whatever they want to. Then they saying it actually came from a Caucasian man over in Africa who was basically doing the do, and it started that way. So you just really never know. So once again, a government experience, like I said.
And
But,
again, it's some sexual perversion to it.
I mean, because like you said, and I say more government because it's like, I mean, I guess it don't really have to be. It could have been somebody that was potentially on drugs and they using needles and got infected that way. So I can't say when it came to the drug population with needles, somebody could have been affected and
But isn't
yeah,
that a safe scapegoat?
I guess so. I don't know what happened to this song. Okay, so Tuskegee was for syphilis. Okay, I can't remember who was it with the hepatitis because that wasn't always out as well. So do y'all remember who it was with the hepatitis?
Sorry, I had a call come in. I had to cancel
That'll do it.
it. But where were we? Yeah, I'm talking about you said something. I said the sexual perversion, and then we laughed, and then you said something. What did you say? Oh, the
I was
drug
just
use with the needles.
yeah.
I think that was an easy cop out. You know, America always look for a cop out,
Hmm.
and it's always the poor people. I ain't even gonna say black or white. I'm just saying the poor people. They always use something that they can cop out and say poor people, which concretely, not concretely, but most of the time they're gonna associate it with sex because if you read back in the past, they say, it's. I think I read. I know I read somewhere as a kid, a teenager, where they said they talked about why poor people always have more kids than people with money. Is
Hmm.
because the reality is the only thing that they can do for free to get rid of stress and have a good time, et cetera, is have sex.
Right.
So it's easy to associate something like AIDS or any disease or anything with poor people because that's the scapegoat. Oh, they are here getting high and having sex. They are here having unprotected sex. That's a scapegoat
Hmm.
because everybody having sex. And then, truth be told, the rich people do the harder drugs.
Yeah.
And we know from at least Diddy trial, if anything recent, they out there doing the freak league parties.
Yeah. I mean that's true because they say you could get it from bodily fluids, but why can't you? If you're using the restroom and somebody then use the restroom with AIDS and they say you can't get it that way, that's bodily fluids. So come on now.
You how many diseases STDs we have heard? Oh, you can get on the toilet seat.
Hmm.
And we know they ain't going to Walmart cleaning it all the time. And we know they ain't going to gas stations cleaning all. And I ain't never heard nobody in my 42 years of living saying, "Man, you know what? I went to the bathroom and then I felt funny. I felt my pee was burning and went to the clinic and I got an STD." I ain't never heard that.
Right.
Like, come on now.
Right. Exactly.
Like, and then we got cleaners out here. I worked at the juvenile center. They had a cleaner, and on the back of it, it said cures HIV virus, but we
Mm.
ain't got no cure. And then we
Right.
got cleaners out here before COVID hit, said, and they proved it, it kills COVID. Now, come on, man.
Hmm. Yep. Come on now. Yeah. Exactly.
I don't want to hear it. Oh
Yeah,
weird.
they so full of it. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna go on and get into this verses that I missed. I'm so mad. I got the notification like right after it was over with. I think I was like doing something. I know I had the baby Saturday, and then when I clicked on it, it was like the live ended. So I really missed the whole thing, which it just kind of made me mad. But so
So
uh,
hold on, are you gonna tell the public how you still ain't went and watched it because you didn't know you could?
I didn't think I could go back and watch it. I could have been watching it earlier today. I did not know that I could go back and look at it, but I'm gonna still check it out though because I did want to see that one. So I know it was over Cash Money and who was the other group?
We know limit soldiers. I
Okay,
thought I
so look,
told you we know limit soldiers.
I like both groups, but I think like if it really came down to it, I probably would have been a No Limit fan because that was my group most definitely.
We know
That
you
was
was playing bourbons and lax
yeah,
back
you
there.
already know. I love me some Master P. I love me some Master P, but I mean Cash Money, I did. But it was more of Lil Wayne them more than anything that I was more you know, Birdman had a few songs, but he was not my fave. But um have anybody seen it? Did y'all watch it? I heard it was like it was lit. I heard it was lit. So
I would love for everybody in the comments to say something about it.
fill us in, Mr. Island. Fill us in because I show missed it.
Well, I want a lot of people in the comments to share some stuff since you didn't get to watch it. And I want y'all to get on her top for not watching it too, y'all. For following and watching it. Because y'all know whoever watched it, y'all know it was the bomb. And y'all know we've been waiting 30 plus years because everybody been having this conversation over cards and barbershops and in the kitchen and everybody been talking about what song was better, shake ass or back that thing up. You know, everybody from that era, I don't care if he
Mhm,
was a kid growing up hearing it or a teenager or an adult at that time.
mhm,
Everybody loved Cash Money No Limit, and everybody say who was better, who had the better music, who had the better camp, who's a better
mhm.
business mogul, Baby or Master P. You know, well, Baby and Slim or Master P. So
Yeah.
I would love for before I get into it, I would love for a couple people to comment just so we can read their comments and help out in our discussion.
Miss Love said no limit soldiers. Of course, you know that was our stuff. We would be out. Let some Master P come on while we out.
Yeah, Miss Love. Look, I see y'all back in the day when that thing up came on, knowing y'all was up there, you know I'm saying, back that
Hmm.
thing up.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. My sister and I were talking about it, and we both said we don't care how old you are. We don't care even to this day with the young people. When that song come on,
Hmm.
every woman in the vicinity, whether old or
Every.
young, they gonna start shaking that butt.
Hmm.
I don't care how cute they do it, how subtle they do it, or they gonna yell out ah
Hmm.
or hey.
That was my favorite song. Period. You know, I was like, let the song come on. I'll be out there. I said now when I like our family reunion that came on, they was playing it. I wanted to go out there so bad. I didn't. I behaved. I behaved. I said, I'm not going out there. I'm not about to.
Oh, you an elder
I
now.
ain't
You gotta
bringing it
behave
back.
now.
Yeah,
You
I
an elder.
behaved. I was like, it was a video, something they were saying, you know, like when your favorite song come on and you get the movie. I said that was me over there, like,
Trying to fight loose.
never shaking a little bit, like,
Start eating your chicken again. Ain't no
right.
chicken on the bone. You just act like you eating the chicken.
I was cleaning up. I was cleaning up, and it came on, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to go out there," but I was like, "Nope."
So when he came on and you was cleaning, you was like this.
I sure was. I was like,
Got to wipe it to the beat.
"Yeah." I love me some juvenile too, girl. That that was my boo.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
She was
I
a
like the
BG.
Hot Boys. I was a BG fan too. I was a BG fan myself.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is, so one, it did not live up to expectations, in my opinion. It was entertaining, but I understand why it couldn't live up to its expectations. Turk
Mm-hmm.
wasn't there because Baby didn't want him there. Ego, and
Oh,
I'm gonna dwell on that a lot when I'm talking about this. Wayne said if Turk ain't part of the Hot Boys, he's not part of it.
yeah.
So of course it couldn't live up to everything because again, they weren't there. And from a marketing standpoint, Cash Money still could have competed. Well,
Yeah.
before I get there, let's talk about the actual verses. Did anybody watch like the background antics with people on the stage like I did? Did they notice how BG was because they all grew up together. A lot of people don't know, like they from the same city, and a lot of them went to school together, grew up together. Mac was on BG's first album. Like he came up with Manny Fresh and was gonna sign to Cash Money, but he signed to No Limit because he said Cash Money had their thing and Baby wanted him to rap a certain way, and that wasn't what he was about. Me and X knew like a lot of them know each other. And so, for BG, it was like just for everybody. That's what I kept saying for New Orleans. It was really like a family reunion.
Yeah.
But it still was a competition.
Yeah.
And so what I'm getting at is it was really fun to see everybody happy, positive. I see that No Limit still came out, even whatever was been said over the years, they came out as a unit to represent what they created. The No Limit Soldiers, No Limit. Now Cash Money was individualism, which we know the history of Cash Money, that's what it became. It's not about them as a unit anymore. It's due to Baby, again, his ego.
Yeah.
And Slim. I'm always throwing Slim in there because Slim runs Cash Money. But without Turk and Wayne there, and I think Baby in his mind. I hate having ADHD sometimes because I be going everywhere in my brain. But sticking to that, Baby's ego is what really ruined it because Baby thought he could carry it with the big timers, ride Juvenile for a while, throw BG out there, and they could compete. Well, one, y'all didn't pick the right songs. See, what Master P and No Limit did was they picked them underground street anthems that was really the ones that everybody loved, plus a couple of commercial songs that everybody loved.
Yeah.
I always bring up this one song. It's called Big Timers. If anybody know the Big Timers album, they had a song called Big Timers, and it's the coldest rap verse Baby ever spit. That's the one song. If they was going, instead of Project Chick, they should have did that one. Because if you watched it, you seen where No Limit had the momentum going, and then when they played Set It Off, the whole momentum dropped, and then they cut the song because you could tell. And Baby got mad. You kept seeing where Baby got mad because they couldn't compete. Y'all kept dropping the energy, but then y'all would try to go ride Juvenile again to bring it back up. But to that, here's a negative, but here's a positive. They brought it out perfectly. As far as competing, bringing out Juvenile, that you see me, I eat, sleep, that set it off. Like, oh, it's about to be live. That's one of his coldest songs, and everybody loved that song. So they did right starting out. To compete, his ego got in the way. And you notice every time he got that microphone, you look around him, it went in Tamar, we're gonna get to stage 2. But if you notice, it was somebody around him like, get the mic. Tamar, even at the end when she walked, if you look, when he went on his rant, Tamar, BG was right there, and Tamar went up to him and said, da 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 da, and BG started laughing like, yeah, that's just Baby. Like, embarrass yourself as you want. And then she went, and that's when she went back and grabbed the mic when they did the I'm About It song kicked in. So everybody, I'm not trying to tell you too much, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But everybody who watched it, they know. But with that being said, like I said, his ego. He was so again, I've done research. I'm a big research head when I find something of interest, and I like mogul. So I've done a lot of research on Master P, and Master P actually was my cousin about marriage at one point actually came out with you. So I'm kind of biased. So I know more about him on a personal level than I do Baby with the research I done on Baby. So Baby is the youngest. He's a little brother. He's got short man syndrome. He's short. He even in the streets, he hustled with guys in a whole crew, but they was kind of separate, and those guys always had more money than him.
Yeah.
Baby had $1 million at 14. We understand his ego. Okay, whatever. He does have a tragic story, him and his brother. But it's also a good story because his daddy had money. So, but he always had this feel less than thing. And even to this day, his brother's the man. So he still has the little brother syndrome. So you still got this less than issue. So that's why when he made that comment about, I started this, I'm the first to have this. Well, really, one, on the jewelry, you weren't. I could show you a video on YouTube where Diddy had his arm around him, and he said, I'm the one that gave you this jewelry game. I had the jewelry game, which Diddy did. Back in the day, Diddy had all the jewelry.
Yeah.
Then Turk did an interview on Beehive before he became a co-host, where he said, man, we didn't have no Rolexes. At first, we had Geneva watches with diamonds because that's what was popular in New Orleans. And they put diamonds in them.
Uh-huh.
So that's why people understand when he say stunting. Stunting is not actually cool in the hood. I don't know people's age ranges on here, but if you remember when somebody said, "Man, you stunting," it's like you fronting, you fraud.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he made stunting cool because that, I mean, when you're in the streets and you got more money than a lot of people, you can make something cheap look good. Like they got a picture now on the internet where it showed Master P and his Benz on Dayton, and they
Mm-hmm.
had Baby next to a Ford Taurus with a kid on it, and it's almost like I tell people, it's like Jeezy versus Gucci. And I always say Jeezy's like a dude from the West Side with money, and Gucci's like a dude from the Far East Side with money.
Right.
You know, you're gonna hold on, Baby's gonna hold on to being a hood star and being a man in the hood where people less than that are striving can look to him, where Master P was about excellence and growth. And even in their current state in life, that's what Master P teaches: excellence, growth, ownership, things like Babies. I started face tattoos. I started stunting first. I'm the first to put golds to diamonds in my. Don't nobody care about that at the end of the day.
Right. Right.
But
That's
he's
true.
standing on that. He's preaching on that. And that's why Master P was like, and when he got strong with his tone, again, I'm not trying to ruin the view, but people watch it, they see what Master P did, and he shut it down. And BG, when they had that camera, BG was
Hmm.
like, "Yeah, you did." And he was bobbing his head, laughing and smiling.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
because Master P, he always been a businessman. And for one, he's always here, even when we don't even know. He's always here. He's always playing music or whatever. It be times where you don't even realize that he's been here. He's always in and out of Indianapolis.
mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't even know that, even when it boils down to his son or whatever else, he's always been that businessman. He always about getting his money and without letting his ego show. He don't mind showing you the ropes on how it's supposed to be. And Mia X, she was my girl too. That was my girl.
Oh, we're gonna get to her. We're gonna get to her.
And and like you said, with Baby and that ego, that's why they group ain't really standing now. Like it shouldn't have fell off the way it did. And I don't blame Lil Wayne, because if everybody's not there, then what's the point? What's the point?
But
It took everybody to make cash money and everything. It took everybody to do that. So why you mad at him for whatever reason? It ain't gonna hold. It ain't gonna stand. You can keep having that attitude all you want to. You can keep having that big ego all you want to.
and it ain't gonna get you nowhere.
No.
Getting back to Baby. So like I said, he always felt less than. He tried, you know, the ghetto mindset. Um, I mean, what was I about to say? Dang, it slipped my mind. Even now with all his money and his success, like even with his hustle, you know, P out hustled him. P had bikes, chips,
Yeah.
like his hustle, shoes, clothes. You know, Baby sticks to, you know, was making any money, but and like we said, Baby ain't teaching nothing or putting nothing out there to make him look like another light other than what he's been since a teenager.
Right.
So even just showing an image of men, like what men could look at to like, okay, so growing up, people had Bill Cosby to look at, Denzel Washington. You know, it made men who even grew up without fathers have somebody to aspire to be and to look at and say, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
You see a dude like Baby in the hood all the time. You see a dude like Baby, you know, have be in the hood with a Cadillac riding clean, and okay, yeah, I want to be rich and have a Cadillac too. Okay, and we all heard the story about a lot of rappers. Well, I seen people in the hood had this, and I aspired to have that, and this, and that's why I did this and I did that.
Hmm.
Okay, but Master P is like he proved he showed you could chase your dreams to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so dope. He went to college too.
Yep.
He got his grandfather left him that money. He started a business that he succeeded in. He ventured off and did other things. He had a dream of playing in basketball. He achieved that. He made it to the NBA. You know, that's a man who an average man like myself with no father growing up could look at and say, you know what, I can achieve something.
Hmm.
Whereas with Baby, the only thing you thinking like, okay, I can get a lot of money and I can look good. I
Right.
can get a lot of women. I can make other men jealous of me. You know, and that's really, if you look at the nature of young men today, that's really the mentality that's been like that for over 20 years.
Mhm.
I remember growing up, and you even if you had money, you wasn't trying to make another man jealous with your money because they might rob you. It could be your downfall. He could kill you out of jealousy. Now, it's the thing in the strip clubs and even the way men dress and when they talk. I got more money than you. You try to outreign the next man in the strip club to show how much more money you got to make a man jealous of you. I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up where that was cool.
Mhm.
But now because of men like Baby, they believe it is.
Right.
So it's like I said, it's different. It's a difference mentality with Master P and all these other rappers and
Very
Baby and
different.
Juvenile and stuff like that. It's a difference in mentality.
Yeah.
And and again, we see who actually won because how these young men are following suit.
Mhm. And that's the thing. She said she want to know how what Tony Braxton see in Baby. Brian, as she call him. He probably, when it come to women, he probably has a different type of. He could be loving. Who knows?
Well, Baby is one bisexual. It's a
I
known fact.
figure that. Shoot.
And somebody said, if you remember back in the day, she dated who was it? It was somebody else who was bisexual. Some man back in the day. I just seen on Facebook, and they was like, "Well, I guess she got a type." But it was another. Who knows who Tony Braxton? Somebody probably seen that meme. I know it ain't just me. She dated somebody who back in the day was considered bisexual, and maybe down low, Tony Braxton just a freak elite.
Could
I
possibly.
mean, maybe maybe in the bedroom, she's a lot like Gabrielle Union. She can be empowered because she can dominate him, and do some freaky stuff and make her feel empowered. But on the surface, like you most church girls,
I
as
wouldn't
they
even
say,
say I wouldn't either. I can't do face tats. That's one thing I cannot do. You won't see me talk to nobody with a face tat. Period. Um, Miss Love, tell us who she dated that was supposed to been bisexual too, because I know she know. She be up on it.
it was
So was
somebody.
it her ex? Was it her ex husband? Because ain't that there was
Um, man, everybody's saying a lot. I'm reading the comments now. Let me go back. What the MJ Bubbles? I don't know. This is man. Dang, I'm trying to remember. Who was it? They just showed. I just see the meme. I think it was yesterday or today. It was today at work.
and it wasn't her ex.
Well, it was an ex, but I don't know if it was an ex-husband or not. It's a black dude.
That's why I was wondering, was it her ex husband? Because I don't think she could have dated more than that,
He
but
was a star. He was a star. I can't remember if it was music or acting. I think it was music. It was one of them people. I know it was one of them people who it was. Back in the day, people might subtly say something like, "I think is so and so this because he," And back in the day, it was simply like let's go with Prince. Prince is an easy target. Everybody just considered Prince was gay, and Prince
they
had some of the baddest women walking earth. He was not gay. Did he wear
yes,
silk
yes,
and high heels and all that? But he was one of the now that we know he was one of the most masculine men out there.
yeah.
Tupac even said it. Tupac was like, "Shoot, I love women like Prince."
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, you could do something subtle, and I think he might be gay. It was one of those type of guys. Like it never was talked about heavily and brought up to the forefront, but it was like whoever they showed, I was like, "Well, it makes sense." They was like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, my head getting cold. Sorry, y'all. I got to cover the head. I can't see the beam no more. Um, but yeah, but she got a type or whatever. But the one thing I will say is I do now the length of how long it took because they dated for like 10 years before he proposed to her and they got married. But I do like how they showed him on their TV
It said
shows.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman. That's who it was.
She dated him and he's bisexual.
So I mean, she might be a low key freak. I mean, shoot, we don't know. We know Dennis and Baby are.
Yeah.
And I heard a saying that they say every woman that had at least one gay man, whether they knew it or not, maybe she cool knowing.
I mean, she probably cool knowing she from Atlanta. What you expect?
I mean, what I didn't find cool, getting back to Tamar, but they said Tamar dated Baby first, and then Tony got with him. I don't know if that's true, but that's what they saying. They said on the internet, on Facebook.
Were they saying that she messed with him while he was dating Tony? Two of them. So two of Tony's exes or whatever. So that's what
They
they're
said Tamar did?
yeah, that's what they're actually saying. I seen that today too.
Well, she looked like that little sister.
Yeah, I didn't know she dated Dennis Rodman either, but yeah, that's what it's saying when you look it up. It's saying Dennis Rodman is the one.
Hey, you can't deny Dennis Rodman was a man. Even Shaq said he was a star on the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
No. In the Last Dance, they said he was the star.
Yeah.
And Shaq said a story how they played a game and then they all went to the club afterwards and he didn't even shower and all the women was on him. And he was like, man, Dennis nasty. But they went to the club and all the women, and he had Madonna. Like Dennis was the man.
Mm-hmm.
So I could believe that.
She said Tony said it wasn't true. I don't know. The video I seen, they had Tawanda. They was talking about her and about her stealing money from the mother, and Tamar called her out. I don't get to watch the Braxtons and all that stuff no more, so I really don't know. But it was talking about how Tamar called her out, and she called Tamar out because she kept that secret forever. But I'm not sure. This is all alleging. Don't take my word for it.
I'm lost. Who stole what? Now what happened?
The one of the other sisters, like they were saying that she took the mother's Social Security money and was using it or whatever. She was still. But that's all a legend. That's what I seen on YouTube early this morning. But that's a legend, y'all. So don't take my word for it.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Forget all that. But Tamar was wrong. What I was getting at was, I'm not tripping about her taking the mic. That's some sisterly thing. But when she patted that man, I'm telling you something part of the show. She took a napkin paper out and patted Birdman's sweat off his head. Now I could understand her popping his collar, brushing him off on the shoulder, the chest. I could see that, even as a sister-in-law. Yeah. But you doing this with a paper towel, and you're on. Now I can even understand her being there to look over him, as a sister-in-law, make sure he don't do nothing crazy, embarrass her sister. I could see that, but
that's a little bit beyond. Because I don't care how close we are. I don't need you on my man doing all the extra, for one. So no, I disagree with that most definitely. People been talking about it all week, and they were like, saying Tamar was messy. That's why I was like, what did I miss? But that's what it was.
But she's that little sister. Like even on the show, you could tell Tamar was the ratchet little. I mean, I don't know how many. It's a gang of them, but the sister. And they said she was the one spoiled and all this. Like I've seen a couple of the Braxton's episodes.
Yeah.
And you can tell all their personalities and their ages. And, we all see big families and we all see how big sisters versus little sister, big brother, we see that. We see the dynamics. But you can tell Tamar is that little ratchet little sister that probably didn't get enough whoopings like the rest of them. And by the time she was born, the parents was basically tired of parenting, but here's this baby come. So they, she is that girl. You can tell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even on the show with her husband, with her own show.
Yeah.
They was all lovey-dovey. Then when he leaves her, he's abusive now. Yeah. Now you sound like these typical girls that, after he was beating me and he was come on now. You wasn't saying none of this before.
Tamar has always been extra, and she has, and it comes back to accountability. We always talk about that, and it's more like we know how Tamar is. We just don't let her do her instead of holding her accountable for her actions that she do. So yeah, so most definitely, she's always been extra. Even when I used to watch it back in the day, she was always extra on the show.
And the little sisters are the youngest child, if not the middle child, if not both, always fighting for attention. So they do the extra to get that because they want attention on them. They want to be seen.
They feel like they entitled. That's how my youngest is. She feel like she's entitled.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I think my youngest is the same way too.
They do. They feel like they entitled. Like I'm the last one, so I ain't no choice. Everybody got a baby me. No, that's not
Yeah,
true.
my youngest is like that. Like,
Mhm.
but I will say to her defense from her dad, I think parents do that.
Yep.
I think we do it not knowingly do we do it, but I think it's one of those things is that's my baby.
Mhm.
And once you done had 1, 2 kids, they was babies, but now if you feel like that's your last one,
Mhm.
you kind of be like you want to hold on to that baby. Because I mean, all my kids, especially my daughters, I'm not gonna lie, my oldest is 20 and she's a sophomore. And I finally told her, like, in a phone conversation recently this year, I said, I guess I gotta let you know you ain't my baby no more. You're a
Yeah.
grown woman. Like I
Mhm.
told her, she's like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like you just, I mean, it's natural. It's hard to see
It's,
your kids be
it's
grown.
natural. It's natural, and hard to see them just actually grow up. Miss Love said that's not true. She's his youngest, and she don't fight for attention. Um, Miss Love, you already know
Uh,
where I'm about to go with that. You know, a lot of gentlemen don't anyway, but um,
Let me say this real quick while you better get your words together. I don't even know Miss Love, and I feel like from the shows I seen a comment on, she do. You take my
no,
hat
she
off.
don't. She really don't.
You know,
She really don't. Mm-mm.
that was an assumption, Miss Love. Don't come for me now.
Yeah, she don't. She don't fight for attention. She
But you,
don't.
but you seem cool. You seem cool as heck, though.
She's very genuine, but she know where I'm trying to go with it. But I ain't gonna go there. But
No, You don't open the door. This
she
keeping
know
it
where I
real.
want
You
to go.
gotta keep it real,
It's
Keto.
it's an inside joke that I always mess with her about. So
What you tell her, Miss Love? You know where she was going. Let me read these comments. Don't tell her, Miss Love.
it's an inside joke. Me and her always joking.
She dying laughing, so it must be true.
Yeah.
She dying laughing. Ooh, I love that. I love to see that between friends. Yeah, that's your cousin, right?
You see, when she put it on there.
Let me see. Let me read. I ain't gonna read it out loud. I'll just read it. Oh, get this. There you go. Okay. Oh, okay, player. Okay, player. I know what that means.
All the
Okay,
time.
player.
So I always mess with her, be like, girl,
Cause
you
she
ain't
got a
no freak.
roster.
You act like us anyway.
You got a roster. I know what it is. She a player. You know they have a
Yeah.
players ball in Chicago. You got to see if you can get a trophy.
Okay. Oh
I'm pretty
goodness,
sure
that's
you
her
don't go
favorite
by Miss
school.
Love for no reason.
University of Chicago.
You love to love Miss Love.
Mm-hmm.
She said I'm her bestie. Well,
Yeah, that's
good.
my BS.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it. I love it. How long y'all been friends? How many years?
Over 30.
Oh yeah, I love that. Women having friendships for 30 years. Shoot, a real friendship.
They don't have it like that no more. You know, you
I can't
don't.
do that clocking stuff. That's for women. But
No, you can't do that. But yeah, they don't have it like that. That's why our we gotta watch out for our young ones because they don't have real friends. They out to get you. They out to sit up there and hurt you. They want to pretend like they your friend, and they dead the next day because they. I was like, you can't trust this generation nowadays. You can't.
listen, I'm blessed that I got nephews and nieces that are like my kids, and they're all close in age. They
Mhm.
range from 18 to I think 23, and they got siblings that are near their age, and I'm still Uncle Ralph to them. And let me tell you, I told my nephew one day, I said, "Man, y'all generation fake. Y'all fake to each other." He said, "Yeah." He said it
Yeah.
so calmly. He said, "Yeah." Like that's the norm. That's the norm to be fake. And so they don't have real friends. And even as
Mm-mm.
siblings, when you say they come for each other, I'll tell you the truth. My nieces and nephews, when they just getting at each other, just even in a joking manner, they come crucial. They come hard. Like
Yeah.
they pull, they pulling. Forget the. We used to be like, oh, you big head, whatever. They be like, but that's why you got turned out. What the?
Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah. They go below the belt.
Not saying they said that, y'all. I'm just saying, like, give y'all an example. But my
Yeah.
kids, I refer to my kids. Now the younger three are closer in age. The oldest one is 6 years older than her next sibling. But them
Right.
younger three, my son was going back and forth with his sister in text in our family chat, and he kept calling her out. Whatever, London, you're lying, London, tell the truth. And then he said, these nuts. I said, no, hold on, boy. He said something, these nuts. I said, man, I don't talk to your sister like that, you know. But I'm like, the crucial, the killer mentality of destroying your own sibling, let alone if it's a friend. These kids, like, it's my nieces, she's in her early 30s, I think.
Hey, Kimura.
Years ago, when I went out there to stay with them for a couple of weeks, I had a job out there. I just needed to stay out there for a couple of weeks to get to work on time and all this other stuff. And I was sitting there talking with them. They Far East Side, Post Road. And they said out there, and then I talked to other people, and later on in time, they said it's common on the Far East Side that friends rob each other and hang with each other the next day. And the person that know that they robbed them. It's a norm. It's a norm.
That's nuts.
I don't get it.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that whole concept. And you cool with it. So okay.
Yeah, you cool with it. Because you the same way.
That's crazy.
I got friends I've been knowing since pre-K. Love them to death. I got friends I grew up with, love them to death. Some I talk to, some I don't. Some we done got into it, some we done fought. But we ain't never been fake to where we like that to each other. Like I got a friend who done did some crazy stuff to me. I love him. We've talked about it. We hashed it multiple times. But he ain't never been a fake person to me. He's been him. And I might be saying, man, you know dang well, dang well you ain't like that type stuff. But he ain't never been fake to me. He been him, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to sound contradictory, but I ain't never had friends who were my real friends who were ever fake to me.
Right. And it's if you see how they are already, it's not fake. Then that's something different. When they fake,
right.
they a snake behind your back, and you can't trust them. He asked you a question.
No, I'm just down to earth. Keep it real. Okay. Oh, she said, "Clock that." That's funny. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about Mia X. Okay, right on. Bring me back. I love it. So, first of all, I got a question to ask, and then I'll answer. I'll give everybody like maybe 30 seconds to make a comment. I believe overall as an artist, Mia X, one, she don't get her flowers and considered one of the greatest female MCs.
Yeah.
If not the greatest.
Yes.
But I believe she was overall the best rap artist on No Limit.
Yeah.
If you include lyricism, stage presence, energy, looks, sex appeal, male or female sex appeal, influence, those are the five that come to my head. I think overall she was the best.
She was the best.
And she was big mama to everybody, to all these men and gangster men, and to the world, to the country when they met her. And I tell people all the time, if you think about it, Ice Cream Man is what got Master P known. But Ballad is what set it off to the world. And who did he have on that track? And who killed the track? Mia X. Mia X.
She was. I had her own album when she came out. When she had her own stuff.
Put it like this. Let me ask you this, Keita. Do you believe that you remember? I think she's the only female rap artist that I can think of that men wrote around banging her music confidently.
Yeah, because nobody else know. Because I think with her lyrics and stuff, period, the way she came off like a soldier. So yeah, ain't nobody else gonna be playing no Trina and stuff like that. Ain't no man gonna be playing no stuff like that.
Watch this. Even Gangsta Boo, even with Chat.
Yeah.
Even Yo-Yo, even the Brat.
Yeah.
Nobody, I don't remember men.
Brat, So
right. Okay. We played that single.
The only one you heard him play though.
Right. That was it. You only played, but I don't recall no other female in our era. And I ain't talking about now because they playing all the girl songs. They dancing to it and everything. But don't get me started. But I don't remember no other female rap artist that I know for a fact men were riding around playing it loud and proud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than Mia X.
Other than Mia X, she was the only one that I know. So yeah, that's true. That's true. That was my girl. She said she was the best on verses too.
Hold on, life with Kamora. I can't say that. Yes, my generation of people are not no good friends. I wish I had more good friends in this generation, but everybody be fake in this generation. But everybody be fake. Every good friends in this generation, but everybody be fake. Backdoor you and take your man. Mm, mm. Miss Love said facts. She was the best on verses. Yep, everybody has been saying that Mia X was stole the show. She was the MVP of the show. But man, that's she said they be fake and take your man. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't know. Um, and I think back in the day, mothers used to tell women, don't have your friends around your man. Don't even have them to the house. You even watch your family members when they at the house.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now it's so common. Like we see reels, we see stories that yeah, these young girls now they'll be sleeping with your man and be the side piece and everything, be your best friend. Like I've
That's
had. Go ahead, go ahead.
but I said that's true, but that's not nothing new though. I mean, you had it. Shoot, that goes way back. You got women from way back that did the same thing.
Well, watch this, kid. Check this out. I have a friend in Texas. Well, I told you about my friend in Texas. She's actually been on the show before and commenting and stuff. And I've told her about what I've seen from her friends, just me talking to her on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and what I suspect. And it was agreed upon with her and another female friend. You know,
Mm-hmm.
men can see it, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. In my opinion, any man that see that end up cheating with a friend and they know it, the guy's more than wrong than even the girl. Because we can see, just like a woman can see when a guy got fake friends, a man can see when a woman got fake friends. And
Exactly.
they know when a woman's trying to come on to him and do little subtle stuff. So if
Mm-hmm.
he goes, that's on him. But it's sad because I really believe, honestly, and I hate that this is my opinion, that a woman can be a real friend. And because of her lust that feeds her
Mm-hmm.
emotions, will turn into a fake friend because she want that man or want what that woman got with that man. Notice how I
Yeah,
said that. It might not
exactly.
be it might not be the life. It might be what that woman told her. That's why you ain't supposed, as a woman, you ain't supposed to tell.
You're not
Is
supposed.
Mr.
You got to know who you can trust, who
But
you
but
can
but think
trust.
but think about what I'm saying though. Like, and I know men and women both might say something here and there. Boy, she got her booty's so soft, and or she might say, "Girl, his skin's so ooh, I love his." People do that,
Mm-hmm.
and it does test the integrity and character of your friend. But I think with women, because y'all emotionally are built creatures, and y'all succumb to your emotions, that with a woman it's so tricky. It's a slippery slope that you don't even know what you could tell that woman over time
Yeah, that's.
that make her be like, because it's not necessarily about what you tell us, about what she got going on in her life.
Mm-hmm.
She might be the bee's knees, but then she keep getting dogged out, or maybe her relationships don't go the way they do, or maybe she's just unhappy at that time with the man she loves. That she
Mm-hmm.
hearing that he buying you flowers and getting your oil change, girl, you and all the stuff she got to do at home, you ain't got to do at your home, and she like, well, I want a taste of that, and so
Yeah,
in some form or manner, she tries to get a taste of that.
yeah. So I just talked to one of my somebody that I work with, and he was, breaking down the story, and he said the person he was talking to, I guess she used to go to her friend and tell everything that went on. So after they broke up, he said, guess who started calling him? The friend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's true. It's a true story. And the friend, and he said he wasn't that type of person. So he said the friend tried. She tried to like come on to him and she wanted what she had. But he said, I'm not that type of person. And he turned her down. And he was like, but if he wanted to, he could have had her. He was like, he
Mm-hmm.
could have had her because he was like, she wasn't the only one. It was another one that came too. And I said, well, yeah, they always say you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for who you tell. That's why I said you gotta have the right type of person. I'm not saying all my friends. I only my circle small. I say associates. I talk to a lot of people.
There you go, associates. What's the
Uh,
difference?
a lot of people. So some of my associates, they probably would try, but
See,
I don't tell everybody everything either though.
I think everybody, if they got time, go to the song by Young Dro. It's called "We Lied." It's my favorite song off his debut album. And he says on that song, he says a line. Don't quote me on it by verbatim, but just to give the idea of what we're talking about, he says the line of, basically, you know, he talks about the girlfriend named Keisha, the girl's friend named Keisha, and when they was going through it, he was like, basically, why you saying what you saying? I bet you your girlfriend, your friend Keisha, come after me or appreciate it or whatever, whatever. And so what I'm saying is, it's just true. Men know, like, and let's be honest. I think in all girl circles, it's the whole friend. They got the friend. Like women, what I've seen growing up, women have circles, and they know you got a friend that got the money, the cute friend, this. It starts in high school, and it never ends. And so you got to watch them friends because one of them friends, especially the hoe friend, and y'all know she a hoe, or she loose, or she asleep with whoever. That's the one you watch, but that ain't the one you need to watch because the boy that's probably a hoe, she probably actually got more respect for you to not do it because she knows she a hoe, but it's the friend that might actually be closer to you. It might be the cute friend.
Right.
But the sad part is I believe all women have those circles, until they mature and turn into women and not girls, which it ain't an age cap on that. Until they do that, that's what they got. They ain't got to worry about it no more. Like you and her been friends for 30 years. I'm pretty sure you can have her around any of the men. Like if you had a card game and had your boyfriend over there, a guy you was interested in, you can have her around him,
Yep.
and it's not gonna be a problem. You know, but somebody you met at work that y'all just cool and you've been on for 2 years, shoot,
Mm,
you better not have it. Mm-mm.
no way at all. Nope. I don't trust that.
And from what I experienced, now we're gonna flip the coin. I always like to flip the coin. What I experienced, it does work the same for men.
Yeah.
It does work the same. The only thing about men is the sad part is similar, but I think with men, because the woman can play on the schedule of the man, and can play on the man's emotions, that she can get away with it, and the man will never know. And that friend will be right there. Now, if a man's really paying attention to that friend, he can see it, but it's one of them, he'll suspect, like, man, not my guy.
Right.
He wouldn't do that to me. And the whole
Yeah.
time, he know your schedule too.
Yeah.
And the
That's
only time I think it comes out blatantly to a man is when he falls in love with that woman or he's
mhm.
sprung off that woman, because then his actions are going to change. But the whole time he telling that woman, all your negatives and just feeding her, and she already know the negatives. It's with that, it's a catch-22 because as a man, like we taught, you don't never check the man, you check the woman. But even when it's a friend, we still in our back of our mind, we're drilled that. So it's like, well, she opened up her legs to you. It's only bad because it hurts your feelings because it was your boy. So
Yeah.
I think with the gender thing is with the women it's almost expected. With the men it's like not somebody close to me because of
Right.
bro code, but it hurts
Yeah.
like it hurts worse. And whereas if it was a stranger, you know how they say, if I walk in and see my woman sleeping with a man, I'm gonna kill him and her, or I'm gonna kill him.
hmm
Well, when it's your boy, a part of you still like, man, but that's my boy. But you hurt worse emotionally because it's somebody close to you. But you
Yeah.
don't even look at the fact, and at that point, you don't even look at the woman. You just look at your boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I
That,
say it's kind of like worse for me.
yeah. I mean, and you just some lines you just don't cross, especially if it's somebody. Everybody don't have loyalty, and some lines you just don't cross, and some people don't care. They do not care at all. So, what you mean your whole circle was
I was just reading that.
bad? But yeah, that
Well,
is
see,
so
women supposed to think that.
yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. I don't know one circle or group of women who don't think all their friends is baddies. Like, whether your opinion on their looks is that or not, But I think when women get to, and we know women lie to each other because look here, look, you know, to the subject, but sidebarring a little bit. Us as men, I've talked about it with men and women. Listen, y'all, when y'all get together and y'all know that girl too big for that outfit, and y'all still let her go out in that outfit because
Yeah.
girl,
And
you look
like
cute, girl, you sexy. Y'all
you
be
like,
lying. Y'all be
yeah,
lying.
you see everybody outside talking about them.
Talking about them. But even at the club, y'all still like, girl, kill it.
Yeah.
Shake it, girl, you kill. Knowing dang well that ain't form fitting for her.
Knowing it ain't.
But
So,
everybody baddies though. Everybody baddies though.
everybody batty.
You know, men. I was just talking about this with a friend, a guy friend. At least men, we honest with each other. We be like, bro, look, real friends, real men and real friends. Nah, bro, you ain't that. You ain't no player. You a tender dick nigga. Excuse my language. You a tender dude. Like we know every time you get with a girl and have sex, they turn into your like we talk to each other like real men. We talk. Well, it's our dude.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's our dude. That's what you do. We just don't want to hear you whining about it all dang on time.
Right. You're supposed
But
to. That's what you
but
do.
in Marcus, you ugly. But you pull them. But you, bro, don't act like you Shamar Moore, bro. You like we talk like that.
Right.
But that's
Right.
that's still our friend.
You keep it real.
Women don't do that.
You keep it real. You ain't gonna sit up there and let them say
we not because even as men, the outside of machismo, when it comes to somebody's really your friend, you really want the best for them. You got your outlook is really like, bro, like you got to keep it real with me. I'm your boy. Like you ain't got to front and you ain't got to do that with me. And if it's sorry, y'all, I'm outside and I'm out east. But you ain't like when it's your real friend. We you check them like, man, you ain't that. I've been checked.
right.
Like I've been checked by my friends saying a heartbeat, boy. Ralph, really? I had plenty of friends growing up. Nah, bro, you don't need to sell no drugs. I never really tried, but I was like, this is in conversation. Like, man, I got this connect. I know I can do this because I know my mentality. Bro, that ain't you. My real friend, that ain't you. Don't do that. Or
Right.
don't do this. You know, even talking about women. Man, I'm really digging her, Ralph. Bro, you ain't even did this yet. You just you like her a lot. You know, I've had those talks, but that's what real friends do.
Yeah.
I don't believe 80% of the time women do that with each other.
They
Y'all
do.
know when you
I
said
mean,
what?
I said they do. Like Miss Love just said, she was like, she keep it real. You do. You really do.
Well, Miss Love, because I love how you stay active in the comments. Let me ask you up here. Keita know I always do this percentage thing. What percentage out of 100 do you
Oh,
think in a group of women, a group of 5 friends, what percent? Well, we can generalize it or just say a group, whatever. What percentage of women you think keep it real with each other between the ages 20 and 30? We're gonna start 20 and 30. What percentage you think keep it real and tell the truth to each other about it? Let's see what she say. Hold on. Life said, I'm not saying none of us were ugly in my circle, but we were all cute. Now, hold on, ain't that contradictory? look, look. Look. Ugly is opinion. Because I do not want to sound like a shallow man, because if you ever watched our podcast, I've shared examples of why I'm not a shallow man. I'm really not. And beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. Like
yes.
for real. And I believe God made no mistakes and everybody's beautiful on the planet. The only thing that makes a person ugly is the worldly standards that we apply to our perception of people
They
physically.
attitude.
That is my opinion. But you can't say, well, no, she said, I ain't saying we all were ugly. But the way you said it, I feel like you knew somebody might have been ugly, but then you said, but we all weren't cute. But yeah, somebody was the definition of what the world saw as ugly.
Ain't it? Come on now. I mean, she got a few in her circle that she talking about. And I always say, I say little ugly, but I'm talking about attitude wise. I don't talk about their looks.
Well,
Because
you can be pretty and have that ugly attitude. But what I'm getting at is when
ugly.
you see a group of girls out at a bar, it's usually one friend that don't never get up from the chair. It's one friend that never got guys walking over to her. It's one
And
friend that
you got one that do and think she all that and she ain't.
I agree. And that's the girl who ego been blown up from these guys that she probably letting screw.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, let's be honest, If you agree with me, it's the whole friend.
Pretty much.
She ain't necessarily cute like that, but her attitude is blown up because she done slept with all these men and she thinks she's what they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Miss Love responded.
Between 20 and 30-year-olds, maybe 40% is some mature 23-year-olds and some immature ones. So maybe about 40%. I would double that, Miss Love. I would say about 80% don't keep it real, be honest. Now let's do, we did 20 to 30, let's do 40 to 50.
I was gonna say 50%.
For on the 40 to on the 40 to 50?
On the 20 to 30, I was gonna say 50%.
You gonna
Because
say 50%?
you have some that are mature, but I think it's like a less percentage that are mature than the ones that nowadays than the ones.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask you. Are we thinking about when we were young? Or are we
No,
thinking about now?
about nowadays.
But we just said most of them fake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why
Okay.
I say 50 because you do got some mature ones, but
Yeah, you know what? I'm a less than mine. You right. Because
much,
these young girls do be mature, be on their game, be on their hustle. So you
yeah,
know what? I'm gonna drop it down to about 60. I'm gonna go
hmm
10% higher than you. I'm gonna say 60.
yeah,
I'm gonna match her 40 and say 60, and that's 100 right there.
right,
I'm gonna say 60%. I can roll with that confidently. Yeah, 60%. Now, what about 40 to 50?
yeah.
I'm gonna say,
This is for everybody. Everybody else that's in the comments. If y'all see this, what do y'all think? 40 to 50-year-old. What percentage do y'all think?
as in a
I'm
girl
about
circle, keep it
to.
real and honest with each other.
Hey, Kamara. Hold on. I'm gonna have to get out here. This baby is upset.
Okay,
I'm waiting.
I'll keep everybody entertained. So the question asked is between the 40 and 50 years old, how many of y'all think in the circle of female friends keep it real with each other? We got a comment. I'm gonna read it real quick. Miss Love said they keep it real or there will be a fake friend. Well, they go hand in hand. And the example I used was what I mean, keeping it real and honest at all times. The example I used was when y'all getting ready to go to the club, and you got that one friend who probably wear the too tight clothes all the dang on time or whatever. How many women between 40 and 50 gonna be like, girl, now you know that is not form fit. You do not need to wear that. Girl, that ain't cute. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. And it can go into other conversations and stuff. It ain't just got to be going to the club. But that's my example. Like, even when it comes to talking about they man and oh he this he that, and then you listening to him like, the girl I know you. You don't do this. You don't cook. You don't clean. You don't be looking how to help him emotionally. Like stuff like that when girls get together and drink their wine and talk, and y'all be knowing like she's saying it's a vent, but girl, I see why he might do this. You don't even like to make sure his day went well. You don't ask how his day went when he got home. And y'all said in your head, but how many between 4 and 50 keep it real and be like, girl, you a lie. You don't even do this. I know you don't. I've been knowing you for 20 years. You like this. How many women really have those conversations with each other between the ages of 40 and 50? We did 20 and 30, so now 40 and 50. Or should I do 30s to 40s? Let's do 30 to 50s, I guess. I don't know. No comment? Let me go back to reading the comments though, so I can touch on something I might have missed. Say you and your percentages. That's cracking me up. Miss Love said, I do. Remember she said act like a man. So I do that and talk that and keep it real. Okay. All right. Okay. That can be a turnoff, Miss Love, talking like a man all the dang on time. The man's man, that could be a turnoff. Keeping it real ain't a problem, but how you address like people say the tone and delivery, because I'm one of the people. Listen, I grew up with ladies. who were women, and I go with women who talk like guys. And I can tell you, are we more comfortable with the ones who talk like guys? Yes. As far as just talking. Now, if you're talking about like long relationships, the ones who talk like ladies, oh, they win every time. But when you're talking like a guy and talking to a man like a guy, it's always gonna be a part of us that's rubbing us the wrong way. Nobody got an answer. Is everybody getting off? Is everybody getting off the phone or getting off the podcast? Where the comments at, y'all? Let me hear y'all feedback. Let me hear what y'all think.
Yes, you did. You lying because I knew you got
Let me go back in the comments and see if I missed anything.
It's 4 people on the live still, so somebody on here.
Yeah, they on here. I'm nobody commenting. Miss Love, she was commenting. She probably busy right now. Life, where you at? What's your opinion? She said, not saying us. I'm not saying. I gotta read that again. I'm saying none of us were ugly in my circle. We were all cute. That's cracking me up. I'm not saying I'm not saying necessarily one was ugly, but to the circle, somebody's the ugliest friend. No, I don't talk like man. I'm just real and honest and tell people the truth. I don't talk. All right, girl. Let me get back to the percentages. I got you, Miss Love.
Okay, so she didn't put the other percentage.
Nah, she
Percentage
because I
for.
went on a little rant real quick and she was commenting to that.
Oh, okay.
She said, "No, I don't talk like a man. I'm just real and honest and tell people the truth. I don't talk. I don't talk act like a man."
Put in the mind of Auntie.
She good, dear.
Yes, the mind of Auntie.
She good. Auntie, my girl. I love you, Auntie. I swear I gotta find an older man to come on here and talk with us for Auntie. I swear. And one of them, I was talking about that at work. Was it work? I think it was work. No, it wasn't. Oh, it was work. Yeah, I got an older guy I work with. He in his 60s. And I was telling him about the show. I sent him a link last time we was on it. And I said, man, because I asked him, man, would you come on a podcast today? He was like, are y'all talking about God? And then he said, I told him why I would want an older guy on there for Auntie. And he was like, man, that's a good idea. You got some uncles that'll go on there? I said, nah. I said, my uncles, one don't need to go on there. and they ain't hip. They ain't even hip like that. They probably wouldn't even know how to get on their phone and tap on the link and get on there. And,
It's a lot of older ones that don't.
okay, let's see the comments. She said I answered the question. No,
Yeah,
no,
but
that was the young girl.
Yeah, that was between the younger group.
Now we talking about I thought about something, Keita. I said 20 to 30, but should I say 30 to 40 or 30 to 50? You know what I mean?
I mean, now you gotta break it up in categories. 20 to 30 is cool because the 40 and 50s is a little bit older. So,
but what about that 30 to 40 range when they maturing and stuff? That different mentality. So should I say 30 to 40 and then 50 to 40 to 50?
Oh,
what you think, Miss Love? Let me see what you done said.
70, 75.
40. Oh, so you saying, if I'm reading this correctly, you're saying that the older they get, the faker they get.
No, the more realer they are, right?
No, remember the question was at the age gap that I'm giving, what percentage you think are being fake?
Okay.
Remember that was the question. And it was she said 40 for the young people, you said 50, and I said 60. So now for the 40 to 50 range, same question applies. How many are being fake and not telling the truth? Let's see. She said, no, the more real. Okay, so you saying they keep it real the older they get. I could see that.
Yeah. So the 25.
I could see that because they are matured and their circle is small, like you, Keita. Like they're like, I ain't got time for the BS, and the people around me, I need them to be real. I can see that. You say 40 to 50. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 60 to 70. I'm gonna up the ante.
Well, you said 60 for the other one, so you saying that's about the same group then?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna throw a little 10% because they older and they more mature and stuff. But 40 to 50,
25 to
nah, I can't say the same. I gotta delete that one. I'm gonna say 70, 70, 75. I want to say 80, but I want to say 80, but that 5% because nowadays, because of the influence of the internet, you got a lot of young older women wanting to be young still, and a lot of women. I mean, a lot of older women. I don't think have accepted that small 5%. I don't think they have accepted the accountability of decisions they made in life in their earlier life, and they still want to hold on to their pride.
You have a lot at that age that are divorced too now.
That too, and they get fed on by their friends that are single.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say 70 to be safe. 75. I'm gonna say 75 to be safe. That's what I'm standing on. 75%. Keep it real, or keep it be fake. I'm gonna say 75. Be fake.
Really?
I hate that it's higher than the younger ones, but I think, like I said, I gave my reasons. But it's sad because they know better at that point. They know better at that age. They been through things, but like I said, when you at that age and you went through so much, it's
Bless you.
thank you. When you 75 at that age, I mean that 75% at that age, it's almost one of those, you either are grown now and accept, or your pride won't let you grow and evolve to be that mature.
Yeah, I
So
agree with Miss Miller too. I think it's between 25 to 30% that are fake. That age range. I wouldn't say it's a lot. I feel like they more, although they are divorced, they pretty much know. Because you got, especially in your early 50s, they ain't about to be out here on no mess. I can't see that. They ain't gonna be on no mess. They all about what they trying to get done. Now they looking for their Mr. Right, but they could do without them too. So I most
let,
definitely for
let me
her.
put these glasses back on that. Now, are you taking in consideration one, the internet and its effect on them at that point where they're going through the emotional aspect of the breakup, because that plays a big factor at that point. And
Hey Chris.
I'm not even gonna bring up the friends, but we've seen grandmothers in their 60s and 70s twerking. And you got to remember, when a lot of women who've been in a long relationship, whether it was a marriage or not, and they and 50s and get divorced, the first thing most people want to do is go back and get that feeling of what they had in their 20s, men and women. They want to be out here, trying to find something, really get some times lost, like somebody been in jail. Are we taking those things in accountability? Because, it's easy to say from your age range what you see in your circle, but if we're talking general, we have to talk about those factors that factor in.
Yeah, I'm speaking general because depending on the type of relationship they got out of, if it was like a long term relationship, um, they want to, especially if it was toxic. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have time. They trying to get themselves together. If it was toxic, they too busy out here trying to get themselves together, and that's why I say a lot of them are not. Now you probably do got a few that I don't see many that I know or that I've been around that want to be out there or look at social media like, oh, it's not a big influence like somebody younger. I'll put it that way. Somebody younger. You probably got that 25 to 30%, it probably do affect that way with them being younger. But A lot of them, no, they already got their head in the game. They too mature now because of what they've been through. I don't see them doing that.
Life said, I'm gonna read her quote. She said, first she said, I agree with Miss Love about the percentage. Then she said, but I will say 50 to 70% because some older people can be fake and some can keep it real.
So she's in the 50 to 70%. Well, you can't
So we're
agree
gonna
with
see.
me because hers is not that.
So,
She
but
asked you a
what we,
question up top. She said, "So you don't like when a woman talks like a man in a relationship?"
I'm gonna be honest. If you do it the right way, it's attractive. If you can do it, okay. So hear me out. I know we're saying talk like a man. If you can do it, and when I say talk like a man, let me give my definition of what I feel like when a woman's talking like a man. When she's assertive and firm. Hope
Yeah,
everybody caught that.
you gotta break that down because I don't think nobody's really saying talk like a man. I think it's more like think like a man.
So when you're speaking to a man, men dealing with men, it's always the underline of aggression, assertiveness, dominance, that type of energy. So when a woman is trying to get her point across to a man, let's just say, I like to use the example of when a woman, the cabinet needs a screw tightened, and a lot of women say, well, if I tell him one time, then I see he been busy at work, and I tell him again, and then he give me another excuse, and then the third time I'm just gonna do it myself. So within them first two times, if you come at him the first time like, hey babe, the cabinet needs to be screwed up, can you fix that? All right, babe, I'm gonna get to it. I got you. Then the second time you like, babe, I told you the cabinet needs to be fixed. Can you just fix the cabinet? I mean, just give me out an example. You switch the words around, but that's the energy I'm trying to project. When you
Yeah.
come at a man assertive and firm, naturally he's gonna get defensive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
He
what I
gonna
mean by talking like a man. That's what I mean, like talking like a man.
Yeah. No, I knew what you meant. I was talking about her. I was like, she needs to clarify what she meant behind it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was talking
I
about me.
know
Okay,
what
let's
you mean.
okay. She says, Life said, no, I disagree. People that are in their 50s can be messy and fake as well. Just depends on the maturity levels. Okay, no, we got you. We got you. We was agreeing with you. That was your opinion. We was rolling with you. But I get why you said that because Keita said, about what you agree with Miss Love. And then she said, well, you can't agree with it. She said a certain percentage. So we got you. We got you. But whoever made the comment, if you would like to respond, I would love to hear it. As far as, like I said, that's what I view as a woman being assertive and talking to a man. But me personally, I love a woman. I was raised by independent, strong women from the 70s and all that stuff who said, I don't need a man. So all I know is strong women who stand their ground and speak how they speak and don't give a damn what nobody thinks.
Right.
Um, I'm not saying that that's a toxic or a healthy mindset. I'm saying what I was raised by. So when it comes to them speaking, I can tell you that the way I hear them speak to men can make any man not want to deal with them.
Right.
So that's what I mean by the assertiveness and the firmness and how they say whatever they say to that man. That's to
Yeah.
me what the definition of talking like a man because I don't care what the situation is with a woman, whether it's with the kids, addressing her, sexual. There's not a woman walking this earth that don't want to feel a man being assertive and firm when he speaks in any aspects. Because that's a man's, they expect a man to be a man. So that's why I stuck to those two words, being assertive and being firm. So when a woman does it, because a woman's supposed to be gentle, a woman's supposed to be soft, gentle, um, more poised in anything she delivers. We've seen our grandmothers like that. We've seen Diane Carroll like that. In my grandmother was monotone. She never ever. I never heard my grandmother yell or raise her voice. Well, I heard her raise her voice, but I never heard her yell. Never, and there is a difference. So I grew up seeing a woman do that. Now, was it in my home? No, but so
Yeah.
I know how a woman can get her point across and speak eloquently to a man who is very dominant and get her point across.
Mm-hmm.
And she was assertive and firm in how she said it, but she still spoke in respect of that man. And what a lot of women I don't think understand is when you're speaking to a man, you can still be a strong woman and get your point across, but you have to understand you're speaking to a man. And no matter what man type it is, whether he is simp or a pimp, when you
Mm-hmm.
come at a man in a combative tone, let alone the verbiage you use, you're not going
Yeah,
to get nothing but defense. You're not going to get nothing but
that's it.
anger.
Yeah, you gotta come a certain way, I mean, and that goes both ways, because if he coming off aggressive, she gonna have an attitude, so it goes both ways. So
Exactly, exactly. But
it's
there
just
are times. Go ahead, Keith. I'm sorry I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I was saying it's just the tone that you use. Have a good day at work. It's just the
Um,
tone. That's all.
but there are times as a man that I'm gonna word it like this because I don't want to drag it on. That if we don't speak in that manner, we lose respect in what we say to that woman, regardless of
Yeah.
where it is. It could be in the bedroom. It could be just talking to her about something around the house. It could be about the kids. It could be about if we don't have that assertiveness and that firmness, that confidence. The key thing is with a man, with a woman talking to her is confidence. Even when he first meet her, women want to see a
Mhm.
confident man. Well, the only way a man can really show his confidence in how he speaks, no matter if it's soft or loud or assertive or firm, she has to feel that confidence behind what he's saying. And a lot of times, whether it's learned behaviors or not, the only way we can address that is being assertive and firm when we speak to her. If a man walks
Yeah.
up to you and says, I want you, versus coming up saying, I want you,
Hmm.
which one you think is going to be more attractive to
Yeah. The second
her? And
one.
that, and then, right. Second, no, hell no. The second one is when he yours already. If he walk up to the club, you know what I'm saying, in a club situation or a bar situation, hey, I'm sorry, in that situation, and like I said, I lowered my tone, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying, I didn't come. I didn't try to come disrespectfully. But if you
Hmm.
coming at and you done had a couple drinks in you, you gonna feel like, ooh, you feel that animalistic. Ooh, he want me. He want to eat me up. But if you come to me like, girl, I want you. You gonna be like,
Yeah.
all right, it felt sexy, it felt cool, but nigga, where your balls at? Where your
Mhm.
testosterone at? Because women want to feel that from a man. Matter of fact, even after you start talking to a guy, if he's touch on an emotional spectrum, other than more of a purposeful with you, dominant. No, let me not take the word dominant out. Assertive and firm tone, y'all lose interest. I'm like, well, dang. I mean, yeah, I know you like me, and you always talking to me all soft. Like I just seen a clip in the movie. I was watching Family Business. I was getting caught up on the Family Business new season, and Junior was making love to his wife, and she's pregnant, and she said, "Hey, Junior, I want you to make me feel like we did on our honeymoon night. Like, come aggressive." She was like, "Our baby's in there. I don't want the baby." She's like, "Forget that. It's certain times a woman want to feel that man being assertive and firm,
Yeah.
and y'all want to feel that energy.
Hmm.
Like I said, if it's your man, you had a long day at work and y'all just chilling and everything's taken care of, cooking, clean, all that, and he come to you, "I want you." Yeah, you
Yeah.
like, ooh, but
Hmm.
shoot, it'd be that other time where you want to be like, "Hey, I want you." Oh
Hmm.
shit. But that takes a man reading and learning his woman. But I'm just saying, just for sake of conversation, it's a safer bet for that man to come assertive and firm, especially if she don't know that man. She don't
Yeah.
know that man, and you come soft. She gonna be like, "Well, hell, am I the man?" Shit, do I like he came to me all soft and stuff? Like, where
Right.
your balls at?
Right. Yeah. You gotta be. Just say drop them. You be like, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like Miss Love said, facts. I mean, it's the truth. Like that's why, like I tell people all the time, like you know, if you in a club, like I always use a club and bar because people are intoxicated. When a man walks in a bar and women see him, women look at that man, regardless if they know him or not. If they want that man, they done made up in their mind already whether they're gonna sleep with him or if he gonna talk to him, how they imagine what they imagine in their brain, what they want the scenario. I call it the, you know, women grew up reading them novels and stuff. Oh, he caressed my areola and da 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 da. You know, that type of stuff. When they see a man walk in a bar or club or something, and they already made up in their mind, oh, I hope he talked to me. I mean, he getting it. Ooh, I want him, girl. I want him. They ain't saying that, they saying in their head. If that same man walk up to her and be like, how you doing, baby? You looking nice tonight, you know. Let me buy you a drink. And okay, it sounds good at first, but as he keep talking like that, and she was already on that Nala, Lion King Nala, and she gonna be like, what the hell?
Nah, I'd be like, I don't know, bro, seen stuff.
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. Like, look, I don't want to be made love to tonight. That goddamn. Like,
okay.
I got another scenario. I said when I was a teenager on the bus. It was on the radio, and it told a story about how a woman went to the club and she was like, I want to get it in. I want to do, you know, whatever. You know, they say slut me out as a term now. And a dude got her to the crib, and he said she was too intoxicated. So he then turned around and said, well, baby, you've been drinking too much. You know, I don't want to get you like this. You know, and she was like, nah, it's cool. He was like, nah, I'm gonna sleep on the couch, you sleep in the bed. And she's like, well, how he gonna have more respect for me? And I ain't got and treat me like this, and I ain't got respect. You know, I wanted him to disrespect me. Yeah.
He was a gentleman.
No, that's my sister. But he was a gentleman, but that ain't what she wanted. So like when I'm teaching, when I'm on the podcast, I will get the door. I'm sorry. No, you good. What I'm getting at is, like, I'm gonna teach my son. You have to learn a woman, and you have to treat her how she wants to be treated, not how you think you should be treated, not how you was taught to be, but you have to learn a woman to treat her how she wants to be treated. Because if you treat her like a gentleman, and she wants to be treated like I'll say a lady of the streets at that moment, she gonna look at you like you ain't. She gonna look at you like, what the heck? And you don't know when you just initially meet a woman. You don't know. So, in my opinion, your best bet is to go for the gusto. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hey, I'm gonna tell you straight up, you looking good. I want that.
Yeah.
Because if she do, she gonna say, okay, ooh. But if you come, you know, she gonna give you a chance because okay, he's smooth. But by the time that drink come and your third, fourth sentence come out your mouth and you still on Mr. Smooth time, and she done made up in her mind and she wants you, shoot, 9 times out of 10, or at least 8 out of 10, she gonna be like, this one, where his friend at, or where the other dude I was looking at? She gonna drink the drink with you, laugh in your face. You're so cute. Let me get your number and I'll call you.
Right.
Do you agree, Miss Love? Do you agree, Life? I want to hear some women comment back on that. Oh, I just thought about something. I got something in the oven.
Do you?
I gotta step away real quick. Let me turn this. I got some chicken drumsticks in the oven, y'all. I forgot. I just smelled them real quick.
Oh goodness, yeah, you better get them.
Yeah, I don't want to burn. I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay. So everyone, we are just about done with this live today. So thank everybody for tuning in. I'm not going yet, so don't leave yet. So I'm just letting you know it's almost a wrap. But I got some more special guests coming up soon. So make sure y'all stay tuned. I got some more good topics I want to talk about. I want to talk about Gucci Mane. So he probably be my next topic. I'm gonna let Ralph know that one. Gucci Mane, and I got some more good stuff lined up. So make sure y'all always stay tuned in. It won't be this late. Next time, I promise it won't. It will not be this late. I just got on late. If I am running late behind, I probably just won't do a live that day. But y'all make sure y'all still stay tuned in, okay? Oh, wait on Mr. Ralph to get back. And we're going to finish this up. I know he was waiting on Life with Kimora to respond and Miss Love to respond to his question. I don't know if anybody's still on here. When y'all come in, please hit that like button, please. Subscribe, share the video out. You have any topics that you want me to talk about, please leave it in the comment section. It will be great. It'll be helpful. I'll make sure I get it on my roster.
All right, I'm back. Okay, I heard you was getting off here when I went in the house.
Yeah, I was just letting them know we about to agree to close it out in a few minutes, in 5 minutes. But
okay.
I know got to step away, so she can't answer your question. I think, like with Kamora, she probably done step away too. So I don't even know if any one of them gonna be able to answer your question. But I was just letting it won't late. And I was letting them know next time I want to talk about Gucci Man.
Gucci. Oh,
yeah, I want to talk about him.
Good choice. Good choice.
I'm gonna fill you in on that one, but most definitely I want that to be a topic that we talk about soon.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. That'll be. I do want to say this. Anybody on here tap in with me on Facebook, because I'm gonna start going live and having discussions, and then I'm gonna try to start going in the StreamYard, and I'm trying to get to where I'm supposed to be at, Miss Keita. Mm-hmm. I've been procrastinating long enough. I tried to go on for the verses. A lot of people didn't hop on. I don't think Facebook is a good place because
I would have done TikTok. I had like so many views on TikTok when I did the concert.
I gotta learn TikTok. So I'm gonna start trying to go live and just and I said what I'm gonna start doing is just getting off of work, random conversations, just random, just anything, just how people days go, and just go from there. Just to start off, just to get acclimated. So, and I'm always tag you or call you or text you and let you know so you can tune in. So, but yeah, anybody who sees me on here, I'm a real cool guy. Just hit me on Messenger and say, hey, I seen you on Keeping It Real with Keita. Hey, Messenger. And then we can go from there. I got 2 Instagram pages. I can screenshot and send it to you, whatever.
Mr. Ruff, he's been really busy, and I think I'm gonna do an interview with him, and that way y'all get to know him a little bit intimate.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. So before he jumps off and do his thing, I'm gonna do an interview with him. Y'all make sure y'all follow him and follow him on all his platforms and give him support. Support him when he come up and running on his stuff. So he would need it. He be having great topics. I know people love to hear his point of view, and when he's on my show, so he brings a different. He brings a different era, stuff that people want to hear. He don't keep it the same. So
I got a challenge for you. I got a challenge for you. I want everybody to hear. So the last episode of Pop the Balloon in Indianapolis is gonna be 11:30. I want you to come to the episode. You ain't gotta be on it. I want you to come to the crowd with me. I want you to be my cousin's coming. I want you to be my personal guest. I will pay for the ticket. I want you to come see my show. They catapulted my internet career.
So you going back on there again?
So I talked to Corey about it. I'm not going back here. This was my idea. I gave him a couple ideas, but for me to come back on the show, my first comeback, I want to go to one of his out of town episodes. I don't even want to come here in the city. But I told him, I said, I don't want to come back until I got some certain affairs in order and I'm in better shape.
Yeah.
Because he asked me, he said, you coming on the show? He's asked me multiple times, like, nah, not yet. I don't feel like it's right yet. But I want to come back because we know the impact I had. I want to come back in better shape.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come back in with some different affairs in order. So when I come on there, I can give him the same impact that I gave him before, if not better. Because I did do my follow-up interview and I did do the reunion show. I don't know if you've seen the reunion show yet.
I did. I seen the reunion show. I did see that.
I stayed a gentleman. I was a gentleman.
I watched that. So, So this one, what is this one going to be about on the 30th?
I don't. I think when he last said it months ago, I think he said he was going to do a Silver Fox episode. So that'll be
Okay.
perfect. That'll be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 11:30. I just talked to him today. And yeah, I want you to come sit in the audience and watch the show.
Okay.
And then we can talk about it.
Yeah. We sure can. We can talk about that one. We sure can. All right, everybody. We done gave y'all 2 hours tonight. So thank y'all all for tuning in. Stay tuned. We will be back. Gucci Man will be our next topic. Make sure y'all stay tuned, tune in for that. Thank you all for tuning in. When y'all did come in, please hit that like button, subscribe, share the video out. Sooner than later, we will be doing an interview with Mr. Ralph. Have him on here, and we're going to interview him. If you never watch Pop the Balloon, November 30th, please make sure you tune in, watch Pop the Balloon. I think that's it. That's all. So thank y'all all. I
Like,
appreciate
share,
y'all. Thank you.
subscribe. Keeping it real with Keita.
Yes, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Mr. Ralph, as always. I appreciate you for having the will to just come on here and talk. Because if you didn't text and give me that motivation, it was about to be a wrap. So I was like, oh no.
Got you.
But
I got you. I
I'm
want
glad
you to
we did
succeed,
that. We
girl.
did.
I want the world to keep it real with you. So I got to keep it real with
Okay. Okay. Yep. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Tune in again Thursdays, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, not 9. It won't be 9 next time. It'll be 8 o'clock.
you.
See y'all later.
All right. Love y'all. Live life and be healthy. Trust in God.
Yep. We out of here. Look like I hate it.